Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to count down 10 travel dolls that I think are great dolls to travel with. Now for this, I considered whether a doll would fit into a typical bag that I would travel with. So whether that be my La Sport Sac backpack, or my daily driver, my La Sport Sac Barbie purse, or whether it be my larger purse that I do carry to doll shows and other things sometimes. This is a Kate Spade purse that a friend gifted me. So it is important, I feel like, for traveling that the doll does fit in a bag. I also considered how durable the doll was, how fragile it was, how expensive it was. So all of those things kind of played into my list. Now, a couple of times I'm going to break the rules, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. But these are 10 dolls that I feel like are great travel dolls, and I'm going to explain all the reasons for that. So let's get right into it. Number 10 on my list, and my first rule breaker, so I'm going to break a rule right away, and the rule is that this is a more expensive doll, but I love traveling with a smart doll. They are so much fun to travel with. Yes, they're big, but you can bend them on their knees and generally fit them. They fit into my little Sport Sac backpack. I'll put them on their knees like this, and then I will remove the head, and I'll either bubble wrap the head, or I have some of the mesh things that the heads actually come in, like an egg crate sort of thing. I'll drop it in there and I'll travel that way. So I love traveling with smart dolls because, first of all, they're so much fun to photograph. They have so many joints and you can do them in so many fun poses. They have so many real clothes, so you can have them on the beach in a real bathing suit, and it's not like a crazy Barbie print bathing suit or something. They have real, like jeans. Like you can see the jeans here are very real, so they look very human. They're also a lot of fun because they attract attention. Now, if you don't like to attract attention to yourself, maybe that's not the doll for you, but to me it's always fun because people will come up and ask questions about the doll, like, oh, is that an anime doll, or who is that? And so you get to tell them a little bit about the doll, and I've not had a negative interaction traveling with a smart doll at all. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I really do. They're one of the best dolls just for taking photographs, and because they're so big, you can almost make them look, human. You don't have to work a lot on your perspective and things like that because of the size. So even though they're huge, and that would normally go against the rules of a travel doll, because they're so much fun and they photograph so well, and they have so many great wardrobe options, they are number 10 on my list of favorite dolls to travel with. Number 9 on my list of dolls to travel with is my Outsiders doll, Alice, and this is a silicone doll, and she's an artist doll, and this doll happens to be able to wear USD size clothes, so I'm able to change her clothes. And I remember when I bought her, the artist Jennifer Latham Robinson, she told me these dolls are really durable. You can just drop them in your purse, and when you get them out, if they get dirty, you can just rinse them off in the sink and they'll come clean. And that has been my experience with this doll. Like, she comes clean easily. She travels well. I can drop her right into my daily driver, that purse that I was showing you guys, and she is just like a lot of fun, and I can stand her up against different things and take fun pictures. I took her with me on a business trip to Austin, and it was just fun to have her with me and take her picture with different like things in Austin that we did, and different restaurants and stuff. And so she's a lot of fun to travel with. She's not an inexpensive doll, but she's quite durable, and like I was saying, you can drop her in your purse without too much fear of messing her up, and she's easy to clean up. So I really like this doll. Also, like I said, she can wear USD clothes, so having fun travel clothes is another thing I think that's important with a doll, so that you can have a change of wardrobe while you're on vacation, or while you're just out and about taking photographs, so you can have the right outfit for the right situation that you're in. But anyway, I really love her, and she was a lot of fun to travel with when we were traveling, because we're not traveling much right now, but I'm looking forward to my future trips, and she's definitely one of the ones that I love to travel with. Number 8 on my list are the mini Disney Animators dolls. Now these dolls check all the boxes. They're small, they're inexpensive, they're very hard to destroy because they are kids dolls. They have a joint in their knee, so they're not super articulated, but they do have some extra jointing. They've got a knee joint and they've got a waist joint. So you can have a little bit of extra posability with these dolls, and they wear Kelly size clothes or OB11 size clothes. So that that makes them a good choice for traveling because you have an open wardrobe. You know, if you can find a couple of Kelly outfits that you like, they're durable, like I said, and you can even put these in your pocket. If you have pockets in the outfit that you're wearing, you don't even have to have a travel bag with you. You know, you can just stuff one of these down in your pocket, pull it out at the right time, take your picture. And the other cool thing is that everybody recognizes the Disney characters. So, you know, when you're out and about, people, you know, may talk to you. It's fun to have interactions with people, I feel like, when you're taking photographs of dolls. So people will see that and they'll immediately recognize, you know, that's, you know, Rapunzel, and it's cool that you're taking pictures of her. So I think these are really fun dolls to travel with because they really do, they meet all the criteria. You know, if I lost this doll, I wouldn't be devastated because I could just go find another one for fairly inexpensively. Now, I wouldn't want to lose her, but you know what I'm saying, it's not as big a deal, and she's going to be very hard to ruin because these dolls are made very sturdy because they are Playline dolls made for little kids. So I love these mini Animators dolls for traveling, so that is why they are number 8 on my list. Number 7 on my list is the Lika doll, and I especially like her on the Pure Neemo body from Azone because you're getting a doll that's not very expensive. These bodies are around $30, $35. You can get a Lika doll for under $20. So I made a little hybrid of mine, and they're fun because there's loads of clothes for these dolls. You've got a ton of posability. This body is so posable, and this is a purse dropper. You drop it in the purse and you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to get messed up. Now, the hair might get a little messed up, but you're not going to mess up the face paint. You're not going to mess up the body. You know, you've got options of hands. You can buy extra hands for these bodies. So there's so much cool stuff you can do with these. And of course, like I said, all the outfits that are out there for these dolls. So these are a great travel doll if you're looking to invest in a travel doll, not to mention how cute the face is. The Lika faces are so cute. They're so cute. I absolutely adore them. Let's see if I can push her head down a little bit more. Her neck's getting kind of long there. But they're a lot of fun. The regular Lika body doesn't have, you know, nearly the range of motion. It's okay too if you just wanted to get one of those for travel, but I really like, because when you're traveling, when you're doing a traveling doll, it's fun to be able to, you know, have some expression there. And so with all these different joints and all these different poses you can do, you can get so many cool expressions out of the doll. And so that is why I really love these for travel. So that is my number 7 travel doll. My number 6 travel doll is a made-to-move Barbie, kind of along the same lines as the last doll. We've got a lot of joints on this doll. The doll is inexpensive. You can get a made-to-move Barbie for under $20 here in the United States. I don't know about in the rest of the world, but I can't imagine they're too terribly much more. And you get this full range of motion. You can do all these expressions. Barbie has a wardrobe bigger than any doll, so you can find the right outfit for the right occasion. If you're going to the beach, you've got swimsuits. If you're going to the mountains, you've got camping gear. You know, if you're going to the city, you can find a really chic outfit to put Barbie in. There's so many cool things you can do with the made-to-move bodies. I absolutely love them so much. I wish that Barbie would put more dolls on this body or make these bodies more available. They seem to be a little bit hard to find, especially the curvy ones. But I really love the made-to-move Barbie for travel because you can actually kind of like fold her up and, you know, drop her down in your bag, or if you're, you know, whatever I don't think she'd fit in your pocket unless you got some really big pockets, but if you've got a little travel bag, you can just drop her in the travel bag as is. She doesn't need a whole lot of extra, you know, padding or whatever. You can put, you know, a couple of changes of outfits down in there and you're ready to go. And not only that, but Barbie's instantly recognizable, kind of like the Disney dolls we talked about. She's recognizable pretty much anywhere you're gonna go. So people are going to see her and recognize her. And it's also fun for your hashtag because, you know, you got the Barbie style hashtag and Barbie collector hashtag. And if you're looking for, you know, to get some exposure with yourself and with your photos, you know, those are some big hashtags. That's probably not the right way to say it, but you know, those are going to get you some views on your photo if you're interested in that. So Barbie's really, really great for travel for all of those reasons that I stated. And again, it's not going to be totally devastating if something happens to your Barbie while you're out, because it's not too difficult to get a replacement or find one. This particular one's a little bit harder, but you know, they're not terribly expensive dolls, so you can, if something terrible happens, you're able to get a replacement for them. So that is why the Made to Move Barbie is on my travel list. Number 5 on my list is a Blythe doll, and I'm not just saying that because I'm sort of obsessed with Blythe lately, because I am. But Blythe dolls are so much fun. Just look at the faces of these dolls, and not only that, but you know, they are becoming more world recognized, and you can, even though the bodies are not that posable, now you can put them on a more posable body, but what I like about Blythe is if you want your doll to look at something, to be looking at a particular thing while you're traveling, you can just change her eyes and then she's looking at what you want her to be looking at. So that's good for travel photography. So while her, you know, limbs aren't as posable as some of the more jointed dolls or more articulated dolls that I've shown you, you can get her to look at what you want to, and you don't have to take her head off like you do a BJD and try to move the glass eyes around inside the putty and all that. You can just, oh, you know what, I want you to look at this. Boom, she's looking at it. I want you to look at that. Boom, she's looking at it. So that's what's fun about Blythe. The other thing about Blythe is that's another hashtag. If you're wanting some exposure on your photos, kind of like with the Barbie that I mentioned earlier, you want people to see your photos, you want to get your photos out there, and you want to get more of a following. Blythe is a very popular doll that a lot of people follow, the Blythe doll hashtags. So that would be a really good one for that sort of thing. Now Blythes aren't really inexpensive, but if you get like a factory, not a factory, sorry, that's the wrong terminology. If you get a stock Blythe doll, like this is my stock Disco Boogie, I don't plan on having her customized. Somebody asked me that this morning, did I plan on having her customized? Not this one. This doll is very special to me. She's my first Blythe. I want to leave her exactly as is, but you know, she's not terribly, you know, like a terribly artist, you know, done doll. I say terribly artist done doll, that was totally the wrong choice of words. But like this face up, the face painting on the Blythe is going to be pretty sturdy because this is done, you know, from the factory. This is the Takara Blythe. You know, she's going to be in pretty good shape and she's going to be pretty sturdy to travel with. And even though she's got that huge noggin, you can fold her up and she is going to fit fairly well into a bag if you have a bag. Even if you're carrying a fanny pack, you know, you could probably fit her in a fanny pack not too difficultly. So with not too much difficulty, maybe that's what I want to say. Also a midi Blythe would probably be great. I don't have a midi Blythe yet, but that would be another fun one to have because you get all the you know, Blythe look and the Blythe whimsy, but in a much smaller package. So that is the midis don't look in 4 directions. I think they can look from side to side. I don't know yet because I don't have one yet, but just hold that thought. But anyway, that is why Blythe makes this list, because I love that you can really have her looking at whatever landmark or whatever's on your plate at the restaurant if you're going to a nice restaurant, or if you're at a theme park and you want to get her picture. I think that's really cool about Blythe and makes her a great travel doll. Number 4 on my list are Miki and Maki, and these are from the Lika family. I can't remember if they're her little sisters or her little cousins or what, but I love these 2 dolls. You can buy them in a set or you can buy them separately. I bought these in Costa Rica because we were actually, I think it's the first time I went to Costa Rica, which was, I want to say it was 2010, and we went to the mall there and they had a store that had a bunch of the Lika dolls, and so I grabbed these, and they're kind of like my OG travel dolls. I traveled with them for a long time, and I still travel with them sometimes. They've been to Jamaica with me, Costa Rica obviously since I bought them there. They have been all over with me. They're really fun to travel with because A, the size is perfect. B, they have a lot of different fashions. You can find fun fashions for them. They can share with Kelly from Barbie size. They can share OB11. And then, of course, they have their own Miki and Maki line of fashions. These are their pajamas that actually belong belong to them, made by Takara. And you can drop these in a purse. I have dropped them in my purse so many times. You can fit them in your pockets. I have taken them into the beach in the pockets of a swimsuit cover up. They are just so easy to travel with, and they do not get damaged. You know, as much as I've traveled with them, even the hair is really not that far out of place. The hair is still pretty much on point. There's a few strays, you can see them sticking up, but that's another thing, you know, to consider when you're traveling is I don't like a lot of stray hairs in my photos, and these dolls pretty much, they can keep it together, and you know, just a little bit of taming with your fingers and the hair lays down. So I love Miki and Maki for traveling if you can find them. I've seen them on Amazon before. I'm really not sure what stock is like right now, but these dolls are so cute and they're so much fun to travel with, and they're not expensive, and they're like practically impossible to destroy. I mean, I've had these dolls underwater with me. I took them underwater and took some underwater pictures at one point in time with these dolls. That's how like indestructible they are. So I really can't recommend these enough. And like I said, just fun. Look at the cute faces. They're so much fun. They're so durable. I love them, absolutely love them for travel. The size is right, the price is right, and the fun factor is right. So that is why they come in at number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list, and the reason I have to put this one on my list, even though it's a rule breaker, because this is a rule breaker, is I have traveled so much with this little doll. I love her so much. This is Coton by Atelier Momoni, and the reason she's a rule breaker is she has an artist face up that has kind of become damaged because I've traveled with her so much, so it's gotten some chips and scratches in it, and that's why generally I say don't travel with your artist dolls, because as careful as you can be, and I have always been nothing but careful, accidents are bound to happen when something's getting jostled around in your bag or your pocket. Now what I love about these dolls is they do have hand changes. So the Mellow Coton, some of them came with 3 separate pairs of hands, and so you see she's got the little expressive hands that you can put on, and I love that for travel. I think it makes for such cute travel pictures. Not only that, but she has the cutest, sweetest, like most angelic cherubic face, and she's just so much fun to take places and take photos of. I absolutely love her, and like I said, I had to put her on the list because I have traveled so much with her. She's been to Tokyo with me, she's been to Portugal with me, she's been all over with me. I really love this doll for traveling. She's probably not going to travel with me much anymore just because I don't want to mess her up any more than I already have, because like I said, all of that traveling has messed her face up quite a bit. She's been to Disney World with me, by the way. She's been to 2 Disney parks with me, Disney World and Tokyo Disneyland. So just really love this doll. She's amazing, but I feel like I wouldn't be making a true list of my favorite travel dolls if I didn't put her on here. But I'm not going to go as far as to recommend her for someone else's travel doll, just because, you know, she is a more expensive doll. She's an artist doll. She is more fragile, and so you have to be more careful with a doll like this. And like I said, even me knowing that, having been very careful with her, I did have messed her up quite a bit traveling with her, but I still love her. She is one of my favorite tiny little dolls, super posable, makes awesome pictures, so she definitely had to be a part of this list. Number 2 on my list is actually one of the bigger dolls that I'm going to put on this list, but this doll is still small enough that you can fit it in most bags, and this is the Paola Reina head on the Darak Paola Reina body. Now why did I choose this doll? Because this doll has the best of both worlds. You have the beautiful vinyl Paola Reina head that is very durable. You've got their factory painting here, you've got this beautiful head, and it is more durable. It is a kid's toy, or it's not a kid's toy, let me rephrase that. It is made like in a factory, and it's made to be durable, and they, you know, damage less easily than artist dolls. And then, but you've got the resin Darak body. You got this beautiful, flexible, posable body, and you can fold it up, and there's so many outfits for these dolls. You can kind of fold her up and drop her down in a bag if you're traveling. We've got the different hands. So again, with that expression with the hands, you know, hands on a doll can make a huge difference in how expressive the doll is and kind of what the doll is conveying about a place or a situation. And so I think having a change of hands is a really awesome addition to dolls. So I really love this doll for that, because you can really kind of drop her in a bag and not worry too much about what's going to happen, because that vinyl face is very durable and the resin body is really durable because it doesn't have any body blushing or anything like that. So it's going to really hold up. And you're going to be able to do all these great poses, and they're going to hold, and you can stand her up, and you can, you know, just do so many cool things traveling with this doll. And, you know, I just really love this combo of this body with this head, because you're getting, again, the best of both worlds. You're getting a really high quality body that you can do so many fun poses with, and you're getting a really beautiful head, but a head that's not so fragile, so you don't have to worry so much when traveling about what you're going to do. Not to mention all the great fashions. I might have already said that, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but you know, you've got little darling Paola Reina clothes that will fit this doll, so you can find the right outfit for the right occasion for whatever you're traveling for. So that is why this doll comes in at number 2 on my list. Number 1 on my list, which I have mentioned before in many other videos, are the Kathy Cruz Cruseling dolls. These dolls are inexpensive. They're under $30. These dolls are very durable. They are a playline doll. They're made to be played with. These dolls have so many points of articulation. You've got a neck joint. You've got a wrist joint in a doll under $30. You've got an elbow joint. You've got knee joint. You've got an ankle joint. There are so many different places of articulation on this doll. And the doll is not so tiny that, you know, sometimes the really tiny dolls, they're hard to get posed right and they're hard to take photos of, but she's not so big that you're going to have a hard time traveling with this doll. This doll could potentially fit in your pocket. I won't lie, my husband has had one of these in his pocket for me. Sometimes when we went somewhere, they won't fit in my pockets, but they fit in his. That you can drop this in pretty much any bag that you're going to have. These dolls are just amazing travel dolls. You can get so much expression out of the different poses. They can, you know, they do so many things, and there's fashions for them out there. Now, there's not as many fashions, but they can wear some Barbie stuff. They can wear some Skipper stuff. You know, there's lots of different things. They can wear some, like, of the Minnie AG stuff, or the Lori stuff from like Target. So there's a lot of different combinations of things you can try for these dolls and that are going to work for them. And so you can really, with some work, find the right outfit for the right occasion. But one thing I like is they're already sort of dressed, you know, dressed for travel. Like, look at her, she's ready to go. You know, she's got her sneakers on, she's dressed in layers, so if I wanted to, you know, I can take her jacket off. And, you know, so we've got a different look, because you should always dress in layers when you travel, just in case. So, you know, you've got 2 looks here that you can work with, and I really just love these dolls for travel. And again, if you lose it, you know, no big deal. You can just get another one, because they're not very hard to find and they're not too expensive. And if you ruin it, again, not expensive, easy to get a replacement for it. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this list. This is a list of my 10 favorite travel dolls, plus my recommendations. So all of the dolls on my list I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you get for a travel doll, but if you're thinking of what doll do you want to get for traveling, I hope that you've gotten a good idea from this list of maybe what you might want to use for your travel in the future. Most of us aren't traveling right now, but all of these dolls have, you know, their merits, and they're all fun dolls to travel with. If you have a doll that you always travel with, please let me know what doll that is in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.